Hi everybody from the Eddie Edgar Arena here in Livonia, Michigan. It's another exciting edition of Sports Spotlight, 30th Anniversary Edition, featuring the Chargers of Livonia Churchill hosting the Highlanders of Howell. This is Neil Rifkin along with Dennis Pushies bringing you all the play-by-play action. As right away you can see Dennis Churchill wasting no time putting that puck inside the Howell zone.
Yeah, they're on a very aggressive team, very offensive-minded. Josh Friend, Connor Burnett are out there.
Churchill in the white, Howell in the black. As Churchill actually, as icing is called, just want to mention Churchill coming into this contest, their last game, they got beaten, a spanking you could say, from Brighton, losing 6-1. On the other hand, Howell took on Northville and beat Northville, which features that Mr. Hockey candidate Jack Sargent.
Yes.
So Howell, a little bit of a momentum. Churchill trying to get back on the winning track. Let's see what happens here. As once again, puck inside the Howell zone. Now going after it. Let's say for just a moment there, that was number 3 for Mr. Carter Swider.
Swider, yep. Vendatelli, Swider on that line.
And Calvin Cantola, the Howell goaltender, making the stop face-off. Once again inside the Howell zone. That's once again Swider out there along with Vendatelli. Swider will take the face-off. He'll go up against, it looks like Leander Davitella, thank you.
Yeah.
We got 2 Davitellas out there for Howell in this contest. Leander and Russell. And that puck goes bouncing over Dominic Rossi's stick. Howell, number 2. Puck inside the Churchill zone. Little battle there in the corner. And there's a chance right there in front of the Churchill goal. I believe that's Bryant Riley who's starting.
Yeah, he's the freshman. We had an injury in the Saline game last week on January the 6th to starting goalie Chris Surgison, and so freshman Bryant Riley is the starter tonight. So he'll be tested. See how his freshman nerves handle this.
I have to stand corrected. I was saying that Howell in the black uniforms are dark green.
Green, yeah.
Green and gold.
They look black from our. I could accept you if you said black.
From the TV monitor.
Yeah, that's right.
So here comes Churchill now, trying to get things going. That looks like it was number
Adam Sinclair, number 17.
And I think like the offsides call. And just a reminder for for you viewers at home, we're going to play 3 17-minute periods. And in case there's a tie at the end of regulation, we will have 8 minutes of overtime.
Correct. There's Josh Friend, number 2. He's Churchill's leading scorer on the season. 13 goals, 11 assists.
And just had to mention, too, for Churchill, ranked number 6 in Division III, which is something new. We'll get to that when time permits, explaining that. Also out there right now, number 13, Ryan McCoy.
Yeah, Coach Reynolds was telling me an interesting story about why McCoy is out there. McCoy is just a freshman, and what ended up happening is that the injury bug hit them, and Zach Flynn, who's on that line normally with Connor Burnett and Josh Friend, Zach Flynn got a hip flexor and is out for an extended period of time. And rather than juggle up the other lines, he decided to put the freshman McCoy on there and put him into battle right away, and said he's handling it well. So we'll see how McCoy does with the 2 seniors.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, he had a lot of work in the Brighton game, and let's see what happens right here with Howell.
Yeah, they had some injuries, though. That's
Well, there's a chance right there for Vanatelli as the puck now back out to the point to Peterson, Keith Peterson, number 15. He had it, lost it, now the puck in the corner. Friend going after it, along with challenging Nolan Schick, number 7 for Howell. Now taking is number 11, Shane Carsley. Carsley had it, lost it. Churchill again putting pressure in there. Now taking, puck now taken by Leander Dalvatella, number 6. Again, puck going back and forth in between the two blue lines.
Fast pace to the game so far in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Vanatelli going after the puck. Howell is going to dump it down the ice. That's number 20 for Howell. That is Wes Smith. Smith, who's got, looks like 3 goals on the season here. Holding it in also Josh Farr, the team captain. Smith, his shot blocked. The Churchill defender. Farr had it, lost it. Now taken by
Young. There's another freshman.
I was going to say Donovan Young. Have not mentioned his name. Didn't see him that much. I saw Churchill early in the Stevenson contest.
Yeah, well, that goes with the thing that Coach Reynolds was telling me about the injury bug. One of their top defensemen, Matt Gibney, has a shoulder injury. Zach Flynn with the hip flexor. Chris Surgison has a pulled hamstring muscle. So we have 3 freshmen that are replacing these guys. So they're really put into the fire early.
And that's without any assistance from any pyromaniac as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So the underclassmen being tested here.
There's one of their veterans. Connor Burnett's been around for a while. He's a 4-year player.
Yep.
Willis Webben is too. He's very steady on defense.
Webben had it, lost it. They'll dump it inside deep in the Howell zone. That's number 11 once again. That's a Carsley. Intended pass there. Goes for none, and action will stop with 11:34 remaining in this first period. You see some of the faithful watching this hockey contest. Just mentioned Churchill coming off 2 tough games. They played Saline last week, and then the other night they had to go up to Brighton. So two tough road games against 2 tough teams. One Division I, the other one Division II. Churchill is in Division III this year. And we'll try to clarify that as time permits us.
Okay.
Once again, puck deep inside the Howell zone, and here come the Highlanders now. Going the other way, that's number 18, Nathan Peterson.
I think we got an offside. Now here's another one. This is what happens when you play the freshman. You had Keith Peterson, who was a freshman last year.
Yep.
On Churchill. Now he's a sophomore with extended playing time, and is really showing his talent as a sophomore.
Oh, sure.
You know, you get to practice around these juniors and seniors, and you just become a better player for it. And Peterson's minutes are showing.
Good check in the boards there by number 8, Dane Allen.
Keep your eye on 15, Peterson. He's a good player for Churchill.
Puck still inside the Howell zone. Farr had it, lost it. Looks like nope, Swider.
Swider, yeah.
Out there battling with Farr behind the Howell net. Swider had it, lost it. Rossi clears it into the neutral zone. Here comes Smith now, and
17 got in there offside.
Josh Farr, the captain for Howell, was 1 or 2 steps ahead of the play, and the face-off will be brought back into the neutral zone.
Funny story, I was talking to Bryant Riley's father, and he told me that his son hadn't seen much ice time being a freshman, and when Surgison got hurt, in the second period against Saline. Next thing he knows, he looks up and his son's in goal, and he thought, oh boy. And he said by the end of the game, he said they ended up losing to Saline, but his son did very well. So you're just going to get better and better as the more ice you get.
Well, we saw that Saline team, not only are they a good defensive team, but when we did the Franklin contest, one thing we did not mention is that they're, in a way, to a certain extent, there's a couple players who get a little physical on that team as well.
Yeah.
Tough defensive team, and they can check you into the boards.
Yep. And like we said during that watching Saline, there's a reason they're rated number 6 in the state of Division II. Very, very well coached, unselfish team.
Yes, yes.
Expect to hear from them in the state playoffs once they start.
Well, Division II, it's going to come down to who's going to, take the regionals. Will it be Plymouth? Will it be Livonia Stevenson?
Orchard Lake St. Mary.
Yep.
There's just a lot of candidates with their hands up in the air.
Oh, Trenton.
Yeah.
Yep. As we go back to the action, Friend battling in the boards there. Along with, looks like number 16. Well, let's see here. I had a number right there. But nevertheless, Churchill holds it in. And they'll have to take it back out. That's number 14. Mr. Kacharzik.
Charsick and Webben played together as a defensive pairing last season quite a bit. So they're very familiar with one another.
Farr now will clear it. He can't. Held in, though, by Kacharzik, and it's cleared.
And if you really want to get it into terms of familiarity, number 2, Friend, and number 21, Connor Burnett, are on the same line. And that doesn't date back to high school. That goes all the way back to their days when they were 6 or 7 years old. They played together.
Just want to mention to our viewers at home right now, believe it or not, we were so busy here in the press box that with our notes and things, didn't realize that number 24 for Howell, Brent Wolf, was sent off to the penalty box. Unbeknownst to, well, he's down there in the penalty box, and Churchill currently on the power play.
Okay.
So we'll see how things go here. Churchill with the man advantage.
There's Burnett.
Sinclair out there as well. There's a chance right there for Donovan Young with the shot that goes wide. Now held in there by number 18. Juan Kendall, yep. Kendall. Trying to find a open teammate, can't. Good job by the Howell defense. Long cross ice pass. Cantola with the stop, and Howell will clear it.
Penalty has expired because they called it icing.
Yep.
So
Wolf.
Howell back at full strength.
Yep. So Churchill 0 for 1 on the power play. 7:28 to go in this first period. Still no score.
So because of these injuries, you're going to see increased playing time, according to Coach Reynolds, by the goalie, which we've already mentioned, Bryant Riley. Donovan Young, number 9 on defense. Jimmy Targus, number 11, a forward. And number 13, Ryan McCoy, a forward. And these are 4 freshmen who are getting extended playing time because of the injuries. So, they're really, we're going to find out if they're up to the task, which I know I've seen all 4 of them play before, and they're good hockey players, but they're playing against, older kids now. So we'll see what a freshman can do.
Yep. Right now, we got Swider along with Venatelli out there on the front line, along with Dane Allen, number 8. And some pressure on the Howell defense. See if they can get the first goal of the game here. There's a shot by Swider.
Swider's an interesting story. I want to tell you about that later, Neil, during the broadcast. Swider's a very, very interesting story. No goal.
Cantola makes a stop on the shot from Allen. And the face-off will remain, looks like it will remain inside the Howell zone. I just want to mention ahead with this pause that Churchill is a Division III team. Division III team. And Jason Reynolds, we talked to him last year about this. We didn't think it would be this soon where they would be, where they would be moving down, or not moving down, but moving from Division II to Division III. And I think a lot of it has to do with the student population.
Enrollment, yeah,
Enrollment.
right. Yep.
So maybe better advantage for Churchill now that they can.
Right.
Because if they were in Division II, they'd have the competition in the regionals.
Yeah.
Very tough. And their schedule up to now, they have played, with the exception of the Brighton game, their losses, the differentials in their losses have been nothing more. Most of them have been by 1 goal.
Right.
Well, let's see what they can do right here. As they clear the pass, clear the ice, or clear it down the ice, and here comes Howell right now. That's number 14.
Yeah. Swider went to the penalty box there, so Howell's on the power play.
That's right, Swider in the box. Howell with the man advantage. You saw Stefan Franti, number 14, with the puck. There's a chance now for Howell. There's a shot. Whoa. Dominic D'Angelo, I believe, may have hit the goalpost on that. There's Howell again.
Juan Kendall without a stick there.
And they score! Looks like number 14. Check this out. It was either number 14 or number 21. Stefan Franti. We're going to get a replay coming up. It was one of those situations where, well, here it is.
I think Riley made the original save.
Good give and go pass.
Yeah, he did make the original save, and then it was tipped in. Nobody took number 14 out of the play.
So I believe it was Stefan Franti with the goal. Double check yep. Franti from, it looks like the assists are going to go to number 2, Dominic Rossi, and number 21, Graham Hassan. So Hassan and Rossi with the assist, Franti with the goal on the power play. Howell leads it 1-0.
Nothing Riley could do on that, really. He made the original save, and then the puck was just sitting there, and there was no defenseman to clear it out. And the Howell player had him at point-blank range. It was a tough play for Riley.
D'Angelo had a chance just a moment ago, but here come the Highlanders again. There's a shot right there, and Riley makes the stop.
There you go, young man.
Still plenty of time early on. So the face-off will be just to the left of the Churchill goal.
I remember last year, Neil, we talked about this when he was I believe he was a freshman at the time. Yeah, because, no, I'm sorry, he was a sophomore at the time.
Oh. And just right there, number 20, Wes Smith, thought open space right there on Riley, but Bryant comes up with a big stop.
Yeah.
On Wes Smith.
Yeah. But we talked last year about Vendatelli and the energy that he brought to that third line. Well, now he's a second liner, and playing with that increased energy. He's not a big guy at all. He goes 5'5", 135. So I mean, and he's not afraid of some of the guys that are the bigger guys that are out there. He sticks his head in there.
Cameron Greener taking that face-off for Churchill. And Howell will just dump it into the corner inside Churchill territory. Battle for it along the boards. Howell holding it in. Jimmy Targus is out there. along with Vaughn Kendall. Here
Vendetelli.
comes Churchill now. This is Allen. Allen coming in. He shoots. Scores! What a give-and-go pass from Vendetelli. And just like that, we're tied at 1.
Great pass. He just didn't, he caught that pass right in stride, knew what he wanted to do with it, and just beat the goalie. Vendetelli knew what he wanted to do.
Here's the replay. Look at Vendetelli. Great job there by Churchill, catching the Howell defense napping in the neutral zone, and voila, gets Cantola on the glove side. And just like that, we're tied at 1. Good job.
Very nice goal by Allen. Excellent pass from Vendetelli.
Yep.
He put it right on his tape.
Yep.
He didn't have to stop, wait for the puck or anything. It was right there, and we're in a tie hockey game.
Well, let's see what Churchill can do right here.
3.5 to go in the period.
Plenty of time to score a second goal. So let's see. Back and forth here between both teams. That's Kucharczyk holding it in. He's got Vendetelli still out there. And Cantola will make the stop.
Number 17, Matt, I want to say Matt. Matt's his brother. Adam Sinclair. Very reliable, hard-working guy, according to Coach Reynolds. He's on the third line. Says he doesn't deserve to be on the third line, probably should be on the higher line, but he said he hates to take him off of that third line because he's so reliable and provides so much energy to that third line. He's just a hard-working kid, very reminiscent of his brother Matt, who played there a few years back.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got McCoy and Friend out there up front for Churchill.
You're right, and Burnett.
Yeah, and Burnett.
Right.
Yep, Connor Burnett.
And that's where Reynolds told me that he was going to go with the freshmen, with the 2 seniors, to see how he handles it. And he said so far Ryan McCoy, number 13, is handling it well.
We got Escola out there, Billy Escola, number 6, out there for Howell, countering that Burnett line, along with Leander Gautella out there for the Highlanders. There's a chance, and Riley will not take a chance on that shot from the blue line. But action continues.
I think they made him play that puck, yep. Number 9, Donovan Young. He's another freshman.
So Jason Reynolds giving a lot of these underclassmen, once again, lots of playing time. And I think we're going to have a penalty coming up. And I think it's going to be on Howell. Let's see. Looks like it's going to be on, looks like Cameron Steros.
And number 16.
So Churchill is going to go on the power play. That referee talking to Howell coach Eric Herzel. So it's Steros to the penalty box for the Highlanders. Churchill with the extra attacker.
And it just will take the clock down to about 0 because we're at 2:04 and the 2-minute penalty. So the rest of the period should be a Churchill power play unless they score.
Well, the ruling on that on Steros, too many men on the ice.
20 minutes, okay. The referee was being questioned by the Howell coach. So
I think Coach Herzel was saying, hey, we were making a line change, but look at this. Howell comes back. There's a shot taken by, it looks like I think it was Johnson on that for Howell.
Yeah, here comes Friend.
Stand correctly, that was Farr. Josh Farr, the captain, with the shot. Puck goes the other way, deep inside the Howell zone. 1:23 to go in this first period. Stick around. We got the scoop from Dennis at the during the first intermission. Centering pass back out to Kucharczyk, and it's deflected to the corner. Friend centering pass.
Webben
Going to find.
Webben read that play nice and jumped it. kept it in the zone.
Got Webben, you got Kacharzik, you got Friend out there.
Vendatelli. And Burnett.
And the Highlanders will clear it.
35 to go in the period, 32 to go in the penalty. So let's see what happens here. Howell trying to tie up the puck.
Gavin Sheffer out there trying to clear that puck, battling with Friend. There's a chance right there for Kacharzik. His shot goes behind the net. Churchill, do they have another chance for another shot? Let's see. Held in by Kacharzik. Burnett going after it now.
Burnett's a big, strong kid, hard worker.
And time runs out. But nevertheless, Churchill comes back down by one, tie it on a goal by Dane Allen on a wonderful pass from Mr. Vendatelli there. And our score after one period of play, it's Livonia Churchill 1 and Howell 1. Stick around, stay tuned. The second period is coming up, and you're watching Sports Spotlight. Stay tuned.
They'll test you, try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Welcome back, folks, to the second period of our hockey contest here on Sports Spotlight. Our 30th anniversary season. Churchill won, Howell won. Neil Rifkin along with Dennis Pushies. Dennis, what's the scoop here after one period?
Well, I talked to Coach Reynolds. Very happy with the team's hustle. Very happy with his goalie, Bryant Riley. Faced some shots and thought he did a good job. Was happy the way they responded to Howell's first goal with Dane Allen getting a beautiful pass from Vendatelli. Expects a lot out of him in the second period. The same kind of hustle they had in the first.
I'll tell you what, that tying goal by Dane Allen giving Churchill some momentum after they're giving up that power play goal.
Correct.
Down by one. So let's see what happens here in the second period. Churchill in the white, Howell in the dark green. A little battle on the boards right there between Kacharzik and number 19, Dominic D'Angelo. Kacharzik now. Trying to clear it out there. Howell doing a good job keeping it in. That's Ryan McCoy there. Number 13 battling for that puck, and action stops here. And I think we're going to get a penalty right now.
I think he's got Burnett.
Let's see. It's off camera here. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, he's got 21 going for Churchill. Yep.
So Connor Burnett talking to the referee, the captain, say, wait a minute, what did I do? Well, nevertheless, Howell will go back on the power play.
So Coach Reynolds brings out some fresh troops here to try and kill this penalty a minute into the second period. 51 seconds to be exact.
I see Vaughn Kendall out there along with Adam Sinclair.
Cam Greener.
Yep. And Kacharzik.
Very formidable power kill, penalty kill. So stay in your lanes, boys.
Let's go. Had the puck, lost it. Good job there by none other than Mr. Sinclair. Loose puck in front, and Stefan Franti was looking for his second goal on the night, and Bryant Riley comes up with the stop. Looked like the puck was loose there for just a moment on the glove side of Riley. Yeah. Franti was right there, but Riley got there first, and the face-off will be to the left of the Churchill goal.
Talk about some of these freshman goalies when they're, like, use the term put into the fire, but Bryant Riley up to the challenge. A few years ago, we saw Menendo from Franklin.
Yep.
This year, Will Augustine is a junior, but we saw him 2 years ago when he was a freshman. So these guys, a lot of guys are getting playing time when they're freshmen. They know what they're doing, and if the opportunity is there, the coaches are gonna use them.
Churchill will just clear it down the ice here with under a minute left and the Burnett penalty. Howell with the extra attacker, and once again, Churchill will clear it.
I don't know why Howell's just trying to dump it in instead of just carrying it in the zone, because all they're doing is dumping it to a Churchill player, and there he goes. Now he's carrying it in.
Rossi now for Howell. He's got far with him, but look at that. Chargers will clear it one more time.
Willis Webben. Again, Churchill without one of their better defensemen, Matt Gibbony, who has a shoulder injury, and that definitely hurts the cause.
Hassan, Graham Hassan, number 21, had it. Getting some pressure right around Riley, and
Get a penalty.
yep, we got a penalty coming up, and this time it's going to go against Howell.
Howell, number 3.
They're pointing towards Sheffer, Gavin Sheffer, defenseman for the Highlanders. I think we'll take a trip to the penalty box here, and looks like, and let's hear the time. 1970. Well, a couple seconds left in the Burnett penalty, but in just a moment.
Right. So we're just going to play 4-on-4 hockey for a few seconds, and then Churchill will go on the power play.
Yep.
But the face-off, what was important there is the face-off came all the way down into the Howell zone,
Minatelli had it, lost it, and now the penalty to Burnett is over. Churchill will go on the power.
Well, they got 1:55 right now on the penalty, or on the power play.
You know, with this pause in the, well, I'll hold my thought for a moment. I was going to tell you about my letter writing campaign to Mickey Redmond, writing Danny Gallivan's 100th anniversary birthday.
Okay.
Which, well, like I said, I'll get back to the action here and discuss more of what I did last year when time permits. As the Chargers.
Okay.
With the extra attacker. Centering pass back out to none other than Webben. Webben had it, lost it, and it's cleared. Kocharczyk. Over to Friend. Intended pass too far for Cameron Greener. Howell will clear it. Here comes Webben again. Pass intended for Friend, just a bit too far.
You had two guys in the same spot there. You got to spread out.
Kocharczyk will just dump it in. Burnett out there along with Venatelli. Venatelli had it, lost it. Now back to the point. It goes to Peterson. Peterson keeping it in. Burnett with a shot that goes wide. Kocharczyk. And into the netting. Good job there on defense by number 4, Brandon Eall. For Howell, face-off will remain in the Churchill zone. Or, excuse me, Howell zone. Jeez. Yeah, the letter writing campaign, I thought I'd get maybe a story or something or a response from Mickey Redmond, but never responded to me. I don't know, it was right around the time when the Red Wings were closing down Joe Louis Arena. Not a word, no response, even sent a return envelope, nothing.
Wow.
For a guy who likes telling stories about Danny Gallivan. Well,
wow.
maybe next time, I don't know.
Wow.
I even mentioned the Bench Pub where his travel agency
was, yeah, 5 Mile in Farmington, yeah.
I mean, I know the times he went there, he would just maybe get a glass of milk and have some cookies or something.
Yeah.
Because we can't say beer on the air.
Right. Ginger ale.
Or ginger ale. Yeah, ginger ale we can say.
Ginger ale.
Yeah. There's the chance right there for Peterson. His shot is blocked. Got 2 Petersons out there. Got Keith Peterson for Churchill, Nathan Peterson for Howell. number 18. As once again, Highlanders will dump it back in. Peterson had it, lost it, being challenged right there by Brent Wolf. And it looks like the penalty is over to Howell.
Yeah.
Both teams, Howell back.
Kendall's a big boy. He's a physical player in that corner.
He is.
Yeah. Number 18 for Churchill.
Donovan Young out there for Churchill. Pass up there. There's a shot.
Yeah, I just looked at his height and weight. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. Oh, we got a penalty there.
Penalty
He's going in on a breakaway. Oh, he is calling a penalty shot. Neil, you're right.
Yeah, penalty coming up. I thought it would probably be nothing more than maybe a
hook.
A hook.
Yeah.
Yep, hooking or charging. But
I'm pretty certain he's got the penalty. Yeah, he does have the penalty shot.
Well, for the second time in the history of Sports Spotlight, we are going to have a penalty shot. We had one 4 years ago in our contest between Trenton and Stevenson, when both teams were battling for number 1. Trenton was number 2, Stevenson was number 1. Unfortunately, that game Trenton came out on top. But this is a rarity here on this program.
Who was shooting the penalty shot? Trenton or Stevenson?
Trenton.
Trenton was shooting the penalty shot, okay.
Yep.
Do you remember if they scored or not?
I believe not, no.
You believe not, okay.
No, they did not.
That must have been back in the day of Connor Humitz when he was the goalie for Stevenson, possibly Connor Humitz, or maybe, I'm trying to think, I don't know. I think back to, I forget these kids as time goes on, you know.
It was a good low scoring game.
Yeah.
In that one.
Well, most of the Stevenson Trenton games are that way, you know.
Yeah.
These referees are discussing something. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to decide who the player was that's going to take the penalty shot right now, because they're looking at the Howell bench. Can't imagine what they're talking about unless it's.
Usually it would be the player that got tripped up.
Yeah.
In the one player I'm thinking of is Hassan for Howell. Graham Hassan was the one who came in on the breakaway.
Right, so now the referee is explaining to him what he needs to do, and puck must go forward at all times. You can't come back.
So let's see if the Highlanders, on this opportunity on the penalty shot, go up by 1. And here we go. Hassan, Riley. There's a shot, and Riley on the wrister clears it and stops it.
So I'll make this.
And we got a replay coming up on that. With a penalty shot, Dennis, you need some rhythm, timing.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was in rhythm at all there.
No. It looked like he took the. Here we go. May have taken the shot too soon.
Too soon, yeah. Once he makes his shot, he can't get the rebound. That's the rule. Yeah, it looks like it went off the back of, he didn't get a solid shot on there.
It didn't hit the blade of the stick.
Right, didn't hit the blade. Right.
So, Riley makes a stop on that.
And I will not make this comment because he made the save, but I will make it because I think he's, in the period and a half that we've gone through, I think Bryant Riley has more than handled himself well out there.
He's taken a lot of responsibility.
Yes, he has. And you have to remember, he's just a freshman, so.
15 years, 14?
14 years old, 14, maybe 15, yeah.
Yeah, 14, 15 years old playing
in January, and he's playing with some kids that are 16, 17 years old, yeah.
Well, wait a minute, and he's going up against teams like 2 of the top teams, Saline,
and then Brighton.
Yeah. And now a penalty shot.
Yeah.
And this is probably his 3rd game that he started. So
and this Howell team is nothing to sneeze at either. I mean, they're a good team.
Nope. Like I said, they came off their win against Howell. Here comes Allen now. Backhanded shot goes wide. Still a long way to go. We're still tied at 1.
We got a lot of time left. We got a period plus 10 minutes to go in the second period, so a lot of things can happen yet. Not surprising it's a low-scoring game, though. These are two pretty good defensive teams.
D'Angelo had it, was skating around, shot there off to the side. Kacharczyk battling with, it looks like Escola there in the corner. Puck now in front of the Howell bench. Now clear. Here's a chance now for Vinatelli. Vinatelli scores! He lost it for just a second.
Yeah, yeah.
Regained control, and just like that, the Chargers are up by 1. And we're going to get a replay.
Yeah, watch how you made the comment, but watch how he loses control of the puck, and the Howell goalie had a chance to get rid of it, but he didn't. He didn't have his stick in position.
Unless that was an intentional fake there
I don't know.
by Zach.
Yeah.
Faked it, but then regained it, and then got it by Calvin Cantora, and just like that, the Chargers are up 2-1. But it was just amazing. Frankly, how Vinatelli got. Hey, there's the Rocket Man right there.
Joe Lund.
Hey, Rocket
Joe
Man.
Lund. I went to many football games this year, Charger football games, and Joe was at every one.
Well, he was first time I met him was many years ago at a benefit basketball game at Churchill, featuring the Detroit Lions.
Wow.
When they had Luther Elias on the team.
Luther Ellis.
Luther Ellis. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you're going back into the 90s. 80s.
It was.
90s, yeah.
He was 96.
Okay.
During the Bobby Ross era.
Okay.
That's stretching it.
Yes, it is. Bobby Ross's famous saying, "I don't coach that stuff."
Yeah. Kendall with a shot that gets deflected. Puck now behind the Howell goal. Held in, though.
Good play. That's Kendall. I mentioned him before. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, and Kacharczyk is put together pretty well, too. He's 6'1" and 190, so those are two pretty big boys back there on the blue line. You know, that's nice to have some kids with size.
Well, I'll tell you what, keep in mind, down the road they have a rematch with Stevenson coming up, and Stevenson's big.
Yeah.
And these young freshmen you mentioned, are big and tall and strong. Some arsenal against that Spartan defense.
Yeah,
Spartan offense.
Yeah, they have Julian DeCina and Jack Williamson, two big boys that are very good players, and Stevenson's defense is nothing to mess with either, with Kevin Stefanik and Jake Bonet.
Yep.
So we'll be looking forward to doing that game. That will be an interesting game. I believe that's sometime in February.
Yep. Check your local listings, folks, as Swider there gets stopped at the blue line.
Yeah. Wanted to get in that story about Carter Swider, and when we get a moment, I will.
Puck now back inside the Howell zone.
And that's another one that's a tough kid. There's a lot of tough kids on this Churchill team.
Davatella had it, lost it to shoot, dumps it into the boards. Kacharczyk, and look at Davatella. Davatella along with D'Angelo fighting for the puck. Churchill will clear it. Here they come. Friend had it, lost it. He's got McCoy with him. Shane Carsley trying to clear that puck for the Highlanders. Now finally taken by Nolan Schick for Howell.
Good help out defense there by number 9, Donovan Young for Churchill.
Yep.
Stepped up like he was supposed to do, did his job very well. And again, that's a freshman.
Every minute, experience is growing. Here's a
Look
chance
out.
right here. McCoy coming in. Great save by Cantola.
McCoy. Yeah, nice opportunity. What do we have here? Churchill players hurt.
Churchill player going down. We're also going to get we might get a penalty here as well. Is that McCoy that went down?
Yeah, McCoy. He was hit by number 20.
Let's see. It was either McCoy or double check. Peterson.
Yeah,
Peterson.
He's hit by number 20.
Well, let's see here.
Smith.
Well, we'll double check. We've got looking down here at the Howell bench. You're definitely going to get a penalty against Howell.
Yep.
And looking at that hit just a moment ago, I think we turned our direction towards away from the play, which was on the far side,
Right.
where Keith Peterson got hit.
But it's number 20 that's in the box. Smith.
Yep.
Gus Smith.
Left winger, junior for the Highlanders, and they're putting it 5 minutes. So 5-minute major.
5-minute major for boarding. Yep.
Churchill will have the extra attacker here.
Again, we want to explain the rule to you on the penalty. If Churchill scores on a major penalty, the man does not come out of the penalty box. Churchill has the man advantage for the full 5 minutes on a major. So they have an opportunity to score as many goals as they can in this time frame.
Charzik with the shot that goes deflected. Behind Cantola. Chargers hold it in. Well, now clears the blue line back to center ice. Kacharzik dump it in. And it's cleared down the ice.
There's a reason for that, why they have that rule in place on a 5-minute major for boarding. It's such a dangerous play. I mean, you can really hurt a kid. Not only the kid in high school, but players in the college ranks or the pros. You know, that check from behind is just off limits. So that's a good rule that's in place. And he's in the box now for the 5-minute major.
And Churchill taking advantage right now. Let's see what happens. Putting some pressure on Calvin Cantola. Good passing here by the Chargers. Kacharzik with a shot. He scores!
Beautiful.
Right from the top, right from the point.
You got a feed there from Josh Friend. I believe Friend will get an assist.
I think so too.
But we'll see what they come up with.
Replay's coming up.
Yeah.
Let's check.
I believe that was number 2 that was on the assist. Friend.
I think so.
There's Kacharzik.
Yep.
He got the puck right there. We didn't see it at the beginning, but Friend sent it back to the point.
Most likely.
Yeah, and Kacharzik fired it home.
And you can see the forwards were in great position just in case Cantola.
Yeah.
Yep. In case Cantola stopped it. He couldn't, and just like that, Churchill's now up 3-1.
And we remain on the power play. Churchill remains on the power play because of the major.
Yep. And that will stay that way for exactly another 3 minutes. So puck now, pressure inside the Highlander zone. Burnett looking to see if Churchill can go up by 3 here. Peterson. Intended pass for Burnett. Peterson will take a shot. That deflected off a Howell player. Kendall had it lost. There's a chance for Burnett on the side, and Cantola had to make the stop.
Cantola's coming up big for what do we have here?
I think possibly the
Net's off.
I think the net came off the Moines, I believe.
Yep. I believe so. Well, we got a minute. Let me tell you about Carter Swider, number 3 from Churchill.
Yep.
Unfortunately, 2 years ago, he had a season-ending concussion and was ruled that he couldn't play last year because the dangers were too great. And he just didn't give up on hockey. He became a team manager and worked like he was part of the team. Guys treated him like he was part of the team. Worked his way back, got doctor's approval to play this year, and has become a real force on the Churchill team. The guys all love him for the way that his attitude was. And Coach Jason Reynolds told me he's just a positive force for this Churchill team. So good lesson there, just not to ever give up. I mean, you know, it's even if you can't do something, you know, do something else. And he took it upon himself to be the team manager last year when he couldn't play.
Well, he's out there in the ice right now, and he's skating really well.
Yeah, and he's physical too. He's a good player.
He's out there in the power play along with Webben and Atelli and Kucharczyk.
Right.
And Friend. There's a shot there by Webben, and Cantola has to make the stop.
Number 3, Swider, who we just talked about, was in front of the net and causing havoc. He's a big boy too, 6'1", 180.
That is big for a high school kid.
Yeah, he is. I mean, there's a reason Coach Reynolds says in front of the net like that is, you know, on a power play, the big body in front. So.
Well, here comes Howell the other way. D'Angelo, his shot. Good stop there by Riley. Stick save there by Riley on that shot, and Churchill will clear it. Here they come. Kendall take a shot. Good stop there by Cantola, and it's cleared. 2:15 to go in the second period. Young. Here comes Churchill. They'll just dump it in there. Taken by Sheffer for Howell. All right, centering. Pass back to the point. Shot goes a bit wide. Young. Cross ice pass. Deflected and cleared.
What Churchill doesn't want to do in this last minute 40 is give up a goal to make it a one-goal game. They want to go into the locker room at the end of the second period with a 2-goal lead here. So
we've seen on a couple occasions, even during the Plymouth-Stevenson game.
Yeah.
Where Plymouth scored a goal late in that second period, down right. 2-0, and the momentum had changed.
Momentum changed, yes. Yes, it did.
So Churchill's got to be careful on defense.
Yep.
Up by 2. Swider, good pass there. Swider coming in. Man, he can skate.
Yes, he can. He's physical, too.
Swider's got friend with him. And the Highlanders will clear it. Final 45 seconds.
In this 45 seconds, can I get do I have a chance to give you the Livonia Churchill coaching staff?
Sure, we'll add an extra 2 seconds, but go ahead.
Okay. Head coach Jason Reynolds, now in his 5th season. Assistant coaches are Jeff Hatley, Jeff Michaels, Scott Hamill. Goalie coach is Terry Laskowski. Athletic director Mark Haig, and team manager Suzanne Burnett. So thank you to them for doing a fine job with this Livonia Churchill 2017-18 hockey team.
Like I said, even though they have a good handful of losses, most of these losses are against higher division teams.
Correct. Which only makes you better once the state playoffs come, because the better competition you play, then you're ready for that, and that's what the good teams like Trenton and Stevenson and Catholic Central, that's what they do. They play the higher end, Cranbrook, they play the higher end competition, you know, and it just makes you better.
Yeah, and they've come close against Stevenson, Saline,
right.
Plymouth.
Yep.
And let's see right here, they have overcome a 1-goal deficit in this contest to lead by 2.
That's right.
And like I said, I think they're going to go into the second intermission with a 2-goal lead here, final seconds.
Yeah, that's right. They were down 1-0, so they've had 3 unanswered goals. Yep. 1 in the first period, 2 in the second.
So going into the second period, Churchill was tied, but goals by Venatelli and Kacharzik put them up by 2. Our score after 2 periods of play, it's Livonia Churchill 3, Howell 1. Stick around, stay tuned. We have the third period coming up and the scoop from Dennis. You're watching Sports Spotlight. Stay tuned.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back as we commence the third period of this hockey contest here on Sports Spotlight. Churchill leading at 3-1 over Howell. Neil Rifkin along with Dennis Pushies. And Dennis, that's the scoop after 2 periods.
Coach Reynolds said he's very happy with the skating of his team, very happy with their effort, and defensively they're playing well. We're getting a great goalie performance from Bryant Riley, the freshman. So, a lot to be happy about. Let's just hope that they can do the same in the third period here. He hopes that they come out with the energy that they had in the first 2.
Keep in mind how got the first goal of the game on a power play. Had a chance to go up after being tied by 1 on a penalty shot.
Right.
Hassan fanned on the, I would say fanned on, got a weak shot on Riley. And Churchill came back with 2 straight goals from Venatelli and Kacharzik.
Right.
And that's where we stand. So plenty of action left in this contest.
Yeah, that was a turning point in the game, too. That was a big no score there because if Howell goes up at that point 2-0, it could be a different game. I mean, I'm not saying Churchill couldn't have scored 3 unanswered goals, but it's a different momentum builder, you know.
Well, you're tied at 1. It kind of takes the kind of wind out of your sails.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
And really, Howell was, and still has been playing some good hockey, some good skating here of this Highlander team.
Yep.
Well, let's see what happens here in this third period. Churchill in the white, Howell in the dark green. And here they come.
As Neil told you at the beginning of the broadcast, it looks like black.
Yeah.
Believe us, it's green.
Yeah, it is green with gold stripes. Gold helmets.
Gold numbers, yep.
And here come the Chargers now. There's a chance. Looks like Venatelli and Cantola will make the glove save. There he is, Venatelli. Zach Venatelli with the second goal of the game for Churchill.
Last year we referred to him as the Energizer Bunny out there. Remember that?
Yes.
Things happened. He didn't score last year, but things happened when he was out on the ice. He was just a little guy with a lot of energy.
Go-to guy, and he got behind way behind 2 Howell defenders.
I remember years ago in the Livonia Hockey Association, his 2 cousins played. Johnny was one of his cousins, and the other cousin was, I don't remember his name, but they were both very good hockey players. So it's not really surprising that Zach's a good hockey player because it runs in the family. So,
icing call against Howell. The face-off will be brought down to the other side.
Both of those Venatelli boys had a little bit more size to them than Zach does, but they were both good hockey players. I do remember. It was years ago. I'm starting to date myself when I start to talk about kids back in the 2004, 2005. But I remember they played with my boys back then, and they were They were not only good kids, but they were good hockey players, the Vendatelli boys.
They always were featured somewhere in terms on the score sheet. So.
Yes, yes they were.
And Churchill again putting pressure inside the zone of Howell. Intended pass right there, right after the side. Trying to get a quick up. Okay. The number real fast. Jimmy Targas was right next to Cantola in the gold crease.
Jimmy Targas, another freshman. So seeing Churchill coming out with his kids out here bodes well for the future for Coach Reynolds.
And why not? Especially even get closer and closer towards postseason, even though we're a little ways away right now.
Right.
Webben will clear it down the ice. As Sheffer will take, he fans on the shot. Boy,
and this is nothing against your freshmen playing, because but you are forced to play them based on your injuries that you have. And I'm sure, given a choice, Coach Reynolds would like to have his more experienced players in there, but these guys are sure getting a learning lesson out there and doing well.
Menatelli will clear it around behind Churchill goal. And another freshman who's also gaining a lot of experience is Bryant Riley.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a shot for another off the stick of Burnett, block. Burnett trying to break loose from the Howell defense. Brought down by Rossi.
Coy had a chance there. Checked in front of the net just as the puck hit his stick.
Here comes, looks like Josh Farr, and might be an offsides call on the Highlanders. 12:53 to go in this third period.
Oh, we got a penalty. It looks
yes,
like Josh Friend's going off. Churchill's going to be on the. They're going to be on
short-handed.
Short-handed.
I didn't see. I don't know. Was something when Rossi was coming down on the ice for Howell? I don't know, but nevertheless, great opportunity here.
Yeah.
For Howell.
Get a goal here, and they're right back in the hockey game.
So Howell with the extra attacker, down by 2, 1 goal will put them back in this game. Let's see what they can do. Got Kacharzik out there on the penalty kill.
Great play by Webben.
Sinclair out there as well. Webben doing a fantastic job. Action stops.
Yeah, I'd have Sinclair out there too with his hustle. He's another one. He's a little bit bigger than what we talked about with Vendatelli, but Sinclair's just full of hustle and always has been. Top-notch player.
D'Angelo taking that face off for Howell, but loses it, and the puck is cleared. Now taken by Escola. Escola out there with D'Angelo for Howell. See if they can make this a 1-goal game. Puck back at the point, and a good stop there by Riley.
Webben couldn't get it out. I thought he could with his strength.
Rossi had it for a moment, lost it. Churchill clears it. 1 minute remaining in the Josh Friend penalty. Now taking it, that's Hassan. Shot there, bouncing puck, deflected to the corner.
A good puck movement here.
Good job there by Escola. His pass to Eal. And it's cleared. Swider now trying to get away, break away from Eal. Brandon Eal, number 4. Good job there on defense for Howell. Here come the Highlanders back the other way. Taking it in, Josh Farr, the captain. Good. Well, here comes Churchill the other way now. Menatelli. Checked by Carsley. Here come the Highlanders now. Peterson. Being watched closely by Vaughn Kendall, the other number 18. And the Chargers will clear it.
Yeah, they killed that penalty, so it's good work there by the Chargers.
Churchill back at full strength. And here come the Chargers now. Hard hit at center. I don't know who it was on defense for Churchill who made that hit.
I think that was number 2. Josh
Friend, okay. Kacharzik was just dumping in behind the Howell goal. And it's cleared.
As I said before, about a little while ago, it's, some of the kids play on the lines together for 2 years or something, you know, in high school. But Friend and Burnett are unique, to say the least.
They've been playing together a long time.
They've been playing together, I think, on that 2000 Livonia Knights team forever, and then they came to Churchill together, and I believe they've always been on the same line. I mean, so it's like really, I don't know how close they are off the ice, but on the ice, they're like two brothers. They know each other's moves.
I was going to say they could probably pass the puck with their eyes closed and know where the other one is.
Yeah, two very good players. Both made it as freshmen. They played a heck of a team for the 2000 Knights years ago, coached by Jim Gibney. Matt Gibney's one of the Churchill players. His father was a coach, and they had some of the Stevenson players on that team. Very good team. Chris Sergerson was their goalie, the Churchill goalie who's hurt now. Very good team, and Burnett and Friend were on that team, and just like I said, you know, they, or like you just said, they probably could close their eyes.
Yeah. Or they can turn off the lights in the Eddie Edgar Arena and still pass the puck.
Yep.
Without getting the light off your smartphone either.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, there's Jack Boyk on the ice for the first time, number 19 for Churchill.
Good job there containing Dominic Rossi, number 2 for Howell. Puck now just bouncing back and forth between the blue lines. Carsley now for Howell had it, lost it.
I can't miss Boyk on the ice. I love that hairdo.
Yeah.
You can't miss him. Great kid. I don't know if you've ever met him, Neil, but I have. He's a great kid.
I've heard stories about him.
His uncle is Jay Thompson, one of the assistant coaches for Livonia Stevenson, and so they have a little bit of a rivalry going there. But Jack played for Jay in the Livonia Hockey Association, and Jay's just a good guy, and his nephew Jack is right in that category too. Great kid.
Well, action stops, and face-off will be. Where we're going to put it. It just looks like outside the Howell blue line. Yep. Howell, both teams making line changes here.
If you look at that score, 3-1, it's very significant because Howell had a chance to cut it to a one-goal, make it a one-goal game, but Churchill fought off that penalty, and that's going to be. I don't know what the final score is going to be, but I mean, just looking at the way that we're going. That was a big turning point right there, because you make it a 3-2 game and anything can happen now. I mean, they still could come back, but it's, you know, then Churchill's playing on their heels the whole time now. But now they're a little more relaxed. Can't relax with 7 minutes to go, though. I mean, they still have to play hockey.
No, Churchill is skating very well. Both teams are skating well.
Yeah.
Both teams are skating fine. There's Calvin Cantola, starting goaltender for Howell. Done a good job thus far. And it very important here for Churchill not to get a penalty.
Right.
Howell's only goal was on the power play. So let's see what happens right here as the Highlanders will take it out.
Yeah, he held up on that because he would have, his man was in offside, so he shot it in, so we had a delayed offside.
D'Angelo was a little far in. He finally, good strategy by Howell, waiting on that delayed call. Rossi was just dumping in, but Churchill will clear it. So it's a dumping and then a clearing. There's a chance. Whoa! What do we got here?
Well, first of all, play automatically stops because the net's off, but more importantly, the helmet's off. Anytime a helmet comes off of any player.
Got a replay coming up. Burnett was coming in. I don't think we'll get a penalty shot here, but let's check it out.
Great pass by Donovan Young. It's onside.
It's onside. Here comes Burnett. Back. Just missed. Nope.
Yeah.
He just simply tripped over the goaltender. So
even if the net would not have come off, anytime a helmet comes off of any player, in the pros it's only the goalie, but in high school hockey it's any player that loses his helmet, play automatically stops. With good reason.
Yep. Well, opportunity there for Churchill. Let's see if Howell can counter. Still 2-goal game. This is Neil Rifkin along with Dennis Pushies from the Eddie Edgar Arena here in Livonia, Michigan.
Churchill doesn't need a goal here. They don't need to score. They just need to play some defense and kill off this last 6 minutes of the game. And like you said, it's very important that you don't take a penalty and give them a shorthanded or a power play situation and put yourself shorthanded. So we'll see how they play it.
Carsley had it, lost it. Churchill just spreading it out on the ice there.
Icing.
Icing called against the Chargers. With just a little over 5.5 minutes left in this contest. I just want to mention, too, you mentioned the coaching staff for Churchill. You mentioned the coaching staff for the Highlanders of Howell, led by their head coach, Eric Herzel. The assistants are Mike Poole and Rocky Johnson. Team manager, Brendan DeMichael. And the director of hockey operations is Mike Mantua.
Yep. Very well coached team.
Skating very well here. Opportunities galore. They're on the power. Only goal thus far was on the power play. They were on that power play earlier. There's a shot from the point that gets deflected. Opportunity for Sheffer, had it, lost it. His friend came in. Correction. That was Dane Allen, along with Swider. Holding that puck and some good forechecks. And the puck is cleared. Go back to the action right now, and there's an opportunity. 2-on-1. D'Angelo right there coming in. Good stop there by the Churchill defense. Rossi, shoot it down ice. And the intended shot goes a bit wide.
Good check by Burnett. Clean, hard, no penalty.
No penalty.
Important thing. Hit him hard, hit him legal.
Puck in the
keep your
corner
head up
here.
too. Right at his head down, and he got hit right back.
Couple players go down at center ice. Now puck controlled by Dominic D'Angelo for Howell. D'Angelo gets by a couple defenders. D'Angelo sees if he can get find anybody here, but here come the Chargers the other way. Webbin gets by Eall. Webbin behind the Howell goal. Taken away, though, by Carsley. Shane Carsley, number 11. Here's Friend now. Tempted check on Friend, goes for naught, but puck taken over.
Good check.
By Stefan Franti. Now right in front of the Churchill bench.
These freshmen are getting a lot of playing time. Targus, Young,
Yep.
Riley, Ryan McCoy.
Targus battling along with Donovan Young along the boards. And got a stoppage in action.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have a penalty here.
We are, number 9, Donovan Young.
I was going to say either Targus or Young. Young was boarding or pinning at the Howell forward.
Cross check.
Yep. Along the side boards there, and Howell is going to go on the power play here with 2:46 to go in this hockey game.
You know, I want to mention something very important. We have all these stats in front of us.
Yeah.
With goals, assists, penalty minutes, all this stuff. Something very important that young men should know about. Their varsity hockey team for Howell has been an all-state academic every year since 2012. Their team grade point average is a 3.5 or better.
That's impressive.
Yeah, because hockey's a privilege to play.
Yep.
And you're in school for the right reasons, and I understand that sports are fun, extracurricular, but you know, if you're going anywhere in life, you have to be able to maintain you know, good grades and everything, and when you have that kind of grade point average, that's impressive. And when I saw that, you could take all the other stats and throw them out the window, how many goals a kid has. When they're having a 3.5 grade point average, that's impressive to me.
Very agreed wholeheartedly, 100%. As again, the pressure put on Howell. Here's a chance. Top of the point here. There's a shot. They score!
Yep. That's exactly what Churchill did not want to happen.
Nolan Schick, number 7, from the top of from the blue line.
So
got
Young
in a crowd of Churchill defenders. We got the replay coming up. Schick was right at the.
I don't think Riley saw it.
Schick, look at that. 1, 2. Well, good initial stop there.
Right. Goes back to him. Okay.
Good job passing the puck here, and Schick just doesn't waste any time.
I think unintentionally, I think Keith Peterson was trying to play the puck, but he screened his goalie.
Yep.
You know,
and
not his fault at all. He's given an effort, but now we have a 1-goal game. Anything can happen here.
Peterson has back to the goal, but Howell takes the advantage. Schick didn't waste any time. Down by 1. Let's see what happens here. Final 2 minutes here. Puck now behind the Howell goal.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting 2 minutes, I'll tell you. Because they just made it a game with that goal.
Highlanders trying to clear it out. There's a loose puck in front. They score!
Oh,
Dane Allen.
That's huge. That is huge.
The Highlanders failed to clear it and keep along the boards. Puck got loose in front of the crease. Dane Allen takes advantage.
Johnny
and the
replay on the spot.
Yep, replay coming up. Look at this. Stolen away from the Howell defense, gets by Cantola.
Yep.
And Allen just pokes it in, and Churchill's back up by 2.
Or should we say Dane on the spot, not
Dane,
Johnny on the spot.
Yeah,
Dane on the spot. That is big.
Yeah.
Now, with 1:51 to go, we're going to see if Howell pulls their goalie to try and get one, because if they are going to, they're going to need to do it pretty soon, because they have to make up 2 goals now.
Yep.
You know they were going to pull it maybe with 1.5 minutes, but we'll see when they can get them out right now, if they do.
Yep. I was going to say the goal from the Howell goal from scored by Nolan Schick. He got the assist from Brandon Eall, number 4, and number 17, Josh Farr. And it looks like the goal on Dane Allen's goal, give credit, assists are going to None other than Carter Schweider, number 3,
yeah.
and Zach Vinatelli, his second point on the night.
Yep. The Energizer Bunny.
Final minute of this third period, and it looks like it's going to be the final minute of this hockey game. Churchill leading it by 2. Friend behind the net, battling it out with Hassan.
That-a-way, just dump it. You don't need a goal there. Webben. That's a smart play.
Webben dumps it in. Here come the Highlanders the other way here with less than 40 seconds remaining.
Great defense by Peterson.
McCoy will clear it.
Peterson's reminiscent of the guy they had last year, to me, Joe Wozniak.
Yeah.
Joe was a very smart player, and Peterson, as a sophomore, looks like he's quite the same. He's just a very talented player. Coming down the last 10 seconds, Neil.
Well, I'll tell you, they've been skating very well from start to finish.
Yep.
Both teams have it. Churchill is taking advantage of opportunities, and that will do it. Chargers, down 1-0 early in this contest, came away with 3 straight goals. Great job, and they're congratulating Bryant Riley. Fantastic game, and of course, I think the winds changed with the failed penalty shot by Howell. And our final score, it was Livonia Churchill 4 and Howell 2. The penalty shot, I think, may have changed
momentum
in the contest.
Oh, yeah.
3 straight goals by Churchill in this game. Howell came back late on a power play, but a loose puck in front within, I'd say, less than 20, but 19, roughly about almost 28 seconds.
Yep.
After Howell made it a 1-goal game again, Dane Allen put in the insurance goal, and that did it.
Great job by Bryant Riley in goal, though. I mean, this 14-year-old kid did a great job. Future's bright.
So, great game on the part of both teams. Our hats off to both Howell and Churchill. And we want to say thank you to all of you at home for tuning in and watching this great hockey contest featuring Livonia Churchill and Howell here in our 30th anniversary season on Sports Spotlight. And in the words of our good friend Bill Tyler, life is good. And for the entire production crew behind the scenes here at the Eddie Edgar Arena here in Livonia, Michigan, as well as from Mr. Dennis Pushies, this is Neil Rifkin saying so long for Sports Spotlight.